Dear students, as discussed with you in the first lectures of classical mechanics, where we have discussed the frame of references in which two examples were posed. The first example was the inertial frame of reference, which discuss in accordance with the Newton's law or the Newtonian mechanics, and the second was non-inertial frame in which some pseudo or fictitious forces act on the system. So in today's class, I am discussing with you the example of inertial frame of reference where the Galilean transformations can be shown that how it acts on the system to discuss the position of the particle with respect to a frame of reference at any instant can be completely specified by the position coordinates of two different sets of reference shown in the diagram. As you can see in the given diagram, there are two sets of frame of references. These two are two initial frames of references named as S and S prime. These two frame of references have kept such that their axes are parallel to each other. Suppose the frame S prime is moving with a constant velocity v as shown in the figure, that this velocity is deliberately taken as constant because in an inertial frame of reference, no acceleration is acting, and if velocity is constant, then the acceleration of the system must be equals to zero. If acceleration is zero, this ultimately means that no external force is acting on the system. So, in this, kindly consider a particle moving in a space, and suppose that as measured by the observer in the frame shown in the black color, which is your frame S, and in the frame S prime. So we have shown that according to the frame S, the equation points, the coordinates are x, y, z. These are according to the frame S, and the points are x prime, y prime, z prime in accordance to the frame S prime. So if we discuss the motion of the particle with respect to these frames, then the starting point should be common. And to make the starting point common, we use the standard formula of velocity is equals to displacement upon time. Then we can say that displacement x is equals to velocity into time, which is shown here where the two frames are separated, and we can right away make a decision that x prime must be equals to x minus vt. When we subtract this vt from x, which is the black colored frame of reference, we automatically reaches to the same common point. So when the common point is same, then the calculation of distances and time is always very easy and handy to do. The another thing you can see here, that the only change in the two measurements is along the x direction, whereas there is no change in y direction. There is no change in y direction, therefore we can always say that the y coordinate of S frame is always equal to the y prime coordinate of S prime frame. Similarly with the z axis, and similarly with the time will always remain same, where t is the time according to the first frame of reference and t prime is the time according to the second frame of reference. So we can always connect our frames of references by these four equations. These four equations are, the first equation is x prime is equals to x minus vt. Second equation is y is equals to y prime. Third equation is z is equals to z prime. And the fourth equation is t is equals to t prime. And these set of equations are known as Galilean transformations. By the help of these Galilean transformations, which are obtained from these two frame of references named as S and S prime, we can study the motion of the particle according to two different inertial frames of reference. I hope you understand the concept of two different measurements taken from two different frame of references and yet obtaining the right answer to it. In the next lecture, we will discuss some numerical problems related to Galilean transformation. Thank you.